Hey, Leo, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your September 2024 bonus reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Leo, what is being illuminated on your path, partially due to the upcoming eclipse season? We'll take a look at how this energy is helping you initiate new opportunities and a new chapter of your journey. We'll see what initiative is best for you to take moving forward. We'll look at your values, any blockages or crossing energies that could be a little bit of a challenge, and then we'll connect to an outcome. So bottom of the deck here, you do have the star represented by Glinda, the good witch in Wizard of Oz, right? She is the shining ball of light that comes in and helps everyone around her. So I feel like there's a healing energy that is taking precedence over your reading here. It's almost like unseen forces are at play here, helping you, Leo, in a very big way. And when the star shows up, this is wishes granted. It is Aquarian energy, and it's all about inspiration, dreams, healing, and a brighter future for you and your family, or for you and, your career path. If you struggled with healing something financially, emotionally, physically, within your health, I'm picking up on here as well, Leo, I feel like there again is energy behind the scenes, right? The stars are illuminated for you at this time to really help you manifest a wish that you have. Okay. And I also see for some of you, you may have got lost in a bit of a pipe dream. Okay. This could be a dream that you wanted to be with a certain person. You thought they were going to be your forever. And it turned out to be, a pipe dream, something that didn't turn out, it didn't work out, or it wasn't meant for you in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, because the world right behind it is saying, this is about you finishing up chapters, closing out chapters, and entering into a new beginning of your life. And what we have here in the new beginning section is the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is about preparing for a new path. It's as if you've come to that crossing point on the yellow brick road, right? You're wondering, which direction do I go? What is going to be the most valuable way to get to the Emerald City, right? The Emerald City is your 10 of Pentacles, basically. And I feel for some of you, you had to leave behind something. You had to leave behind a situation that was maybe difficult or challenging for you. There may have even been delayed gratification when it comes to this wish. It almost feels like this wish is still within your reach, but it may be in a different form. So let's dive into your energy and see what is being illuminated for you. The 10 of Swords, some sort of an ending, okay? Some sort of an ending that may be very difficult for you to go through. Okay, you see that this is the Wicked Witch of the East. This is when the house lands on her, right? There's no more witch. The house has landed on her. She's gone. And even though there's a bittersweet energy, right? It's sweet for Munchkin Land. It's sweet for everyone else, but it's bittersweet in a way for Dorothy and the witch's sister and the people that, are going to be affected by it and potentially, a challenging way. But I also see that there's two directions here. There's two paths. And we see that the one path is leading to, storm clouds. It's almost as if the storm clouds are clearing. They're going away. They're not in the picture anymore, but you're still left with dealing with the rubbish, or you're still picking up the pieces from some sort of crash or destruction. Yeah, destruction. It's basically the tornado coming in. The tornado's gone now. You still feel the heaviness, but I feel like it's embracing upon a new beginning, and you're choosing this path. You're choosing to actually take the upper road. You can see that this road is higher up, And I feel like there's a new path here for you, Leo. One that is going to bring valuable insight, but it's also going to bring communication and support and connection and strength and courage and all of the things that are needed and required for this leg of the journey. But you are that much wiser because of what you've gone through. Let's get all your cards out. There's the Tower. There's the Tornado. So the initiative is to not stay in the Tower's path, or the Tornado's path, right? It's almost as if you have a direction to take and you can go back on that path of the tornado. It's almost as if you could follow it, right? Maybe you're a tornado chaser. And what I mean by that is perhaps there's some part of you that has unresolved pain or issues that you do find yourself in some sort of destruction. It may be something that feels home to you, but it feels home to you because that's how you grew up. Maybe you grew up in a very tumultuous energy and there's some subconscious part of you that is attracting that because it feels home-like and it feels familiar, but it's not healthy, right? It's not healthy. And so the initiative is to don't go chasing those storms. You've already been through them. You know what it's like. It's not fun. And I feel like you're taking the upper road here, the upper path. That's exactly what I'm getting. And these all go hand in hand. Your top 3 cards, your illumination, the next chapter, and the initiative for you to take. So you see that the yellow brick road is literally right there in all 3 of the cards, basically. But an ending needs to happen or occur. And do not worry, do not fret, because you have Glinda here. Glinda always shows up, right? I remember as a girl watching this movie, Wizard of Oz, and being absolutely enthralled with Glinda. I thought she was the most magical, beautiful being that there was. You know, she was like the fairy godmother. She was like the all and powerful, Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, Mother God. And I feel like you have that presence that is protecting you. You have this source that you don't always see, right? But you feel that she's guiding you. You feel the healing, and there is healing and help and protection that is taking place here. This is a deep reading, you guys. So whatever you're going through, I feel like a new day has dawned. You may have already gone through the tornado, and I feel like a lot of you have, and it's important to take initiative to, clean up the rubbish, but don't go chasing it. Don't go chasing it, because some of you are like, yeah, well, that's what I do. I'm a tornado chaser, but you can shift. You can shift. And I feel like the windmill here is warning you, right? Or which way that this tornado could potentially shift. This is your inner compass, Leo. This is your inner compass, your cautionary, signs and your protection. You are protected here in a big way. So I'm excited to see what your values are. The values are your strength. You are Leo. You are Leo showing up here, the cowardly lion. I'm not calling anyone a coward here, but in the Wizard of Oz, the lion is the one who feels like he doesn't have the courage, right? He doesn't have the courage to move on. And it's through those challenging times that you really discover what you're truly made of. And so often we wish for things not to happen, right? I hope that doesn't happen. I don't want that to happen. But truly, what we need is the strength to overcome the challenges that show up on our path, because there will be challenges that show up on our path. So instead of wishing something away or wishing that it doesn't happen, right? This is about wishing upon that star and having this Glinda energy, whatever and whomever Glinda is in your life. This is, it could be a person, but for a lot of you, it's your higher power. It's your guides, your spiritual team, Mother God, Father God. This is the energy of healing and brighter days ahead. And you have all of the courage that you need now to get through anything. And your values have actually been strengthened. Your courage is very powerful, and people look at you with awe. Excuse me. They look at you with awe and strength and determination. When the strength energy shows up as your value, I feel like this is not fighting or flighting, right? Because sometimes we get caught up in fight or flight. We tend to be the tornado, right? We tend to be the tornado. We tend to be the destruction. We fight. We fight. Our defenses go up. We destroy everything on our path. Or we flight. We take off, right? We don't want to deal with it. We don't want to see it. We don't want to work on it. We just kind of, just like a tornado, lifts up in the air and it's gone. It comes in the blink of an eye and it can leave in the blink of an eye. And I feel like you've learned a lot, because this tornado could represent yourself. This could be a destruction of old structures. Okay, this tornado could be an old belief system or an old way of doing things. Or, if you find yourself repeating a never-ending cycle in your life, this is the time to step outside of whatever never-ending cycle has been going on. It's like you've come up to the crossroads on the yellow brick road and you've already taken a right, and you come back to that same spot. Why would you take a right again if you've already looped through? And some of you may say, well, maybe something's changed. That path has not changed. It's going to be the same path, but there's the what if. So what if you take a new path? Because chances are, 100% chances are, there's going to be something new. And I feel like you're wanting that something new. And that's where this new chapter comes in, is you're sick of doing the same old thing over and over again. And that's why there's a breaking down of an old structure. So don't resist change, and don't continue to, move towards that path on the right. If you've already done that 15 times, the path is not changing. It's your belief that is changing. Okay. And you have the strength here to choose something else or to go in a new direction. Now, what are your blocks? The Two of Swords, getting in your head, right? We all do that from time to time. But how interesting that we have double twos, Two of Wands and Two of Swords. So I'm going to go back here to this new chapter, because the new chapter and the block are showing up as twos. So when it comes to this next chapter of your life and what's being illuminated, the Two of Wands is about a decision point. It's a crossroads, right? It's asking the universe, okay, universe, which direction do I go that's going to get me to the Emerald City, right? Whatever the dream is, the goal, whatever it is that's in your highest good to get you back home, ultimately. I just love that movie. I love this deck. You can find it in the description box below. But the Two of Wands here showing up as the next chapter is about progress. It is about your vision. It is direction. And it's about trusting your own inner compass, Leo. And this is about stagnation or complacency. You have continued to take that path on the right over and over and over again. And it's become very stagnant because it's repetitive, it's familiar, but it's like every time you're looking for something new, but it's become complacent and there's nothing new on that path for you to learn or for you to endure. And that's why you have this ending that is being illuminated, right? Doing the same thing over and over, hoping for that path to change, but it's not. It's your beliefs that need to break down. It's you having the courage to move forward in a new direction. But sometimes the Two of Swords can be doubt or indecision, or we can fear getting outside of our comfort zone because we do fear the unfamiliar. But you have the strength, which is you, Leo. You have this as a new value, a new belief of yours that you didn't have before. And there's something very courageous that lives within you, that lives within us all. And this is self-control. It's facing fears, overcoming difficulties, and trying your best not to doubt your purpose, your path, your journey. And sometimes self-doubt, well, I would say 100% of the time, that self-doubt can block dreams in a second, right? So don't doubt yourself, your gifts, your path, your purpose, because the Two of Wands is right here if you're willing to explore a new direction and to trust in your inner compass and step outside your comfort zone. Now, the Two of Swords as a potential block is analysis paralysis, right? We get stuck. We get paralyzed by the thought of making a decision. We don't move at all. The Two of Swords is represented by the Tulgey Woods here in Alice in Wonderland, right? You go through the woods, it's scary, we're not quite sure, we don't have enough facts or enough information to move forward. This is about feeling blocked, right? It's again, another crossroads, but you must trust your instincts. There is a multiple message here, or a double message of trusting yourself, trusting that you have what it takes to go through the Tulgey Woods and to come out on the other side stronger and wiser and more abundant and more compassionate, right? So trust in your path and your journey, and don't let this crazy looking cat, right, fool you. Don't let the illusions fool you, the fears, false evidence appearing real. Yeah, they can be scary, right? But you're protected, because remember, hovering over your reading here, coming in like a big old, pink bubble, is Glinda, the star. And I feel like she's going to come in. She's always there, but she's going to show up when you need her most. And your outcome is the Hierophant. Wow. Represented by the blue caterpillar. The blue caterpillar is the higher power, right? This is our commitments. This is a teacher, a mentor. This is traditional. It is wisdom, right? This is divine power. So some of you, you're committing to this new path that is more spiritually aligned than whatever this old one was. And that's where your commitment lies, to your soul self. But you had to peel back some layers. You had to shed perhaps a skin or two. You had to shed limiting beliefs, because the Hierophant also is about letting go of beliefs that hold you back from your purpose. It is about you maybe even connecting with a mentor or a teacher or a guide. This could also be you stepping into your role as a spiritual teacher, a mentor, or a guide, Leo. And I feel like you have everything you need here. I mean, you do. You have the Leo strength energy, which is your major arcana in your value system. And the Hierophant here is our value system. So I feel like you have the integrity, you hold the integrity. Don't second guess who you are. Don't second guess your path, because we do. We doubt it. We doubt, is this the path for me? Do I have what it takes to move forward? I want you the best that you can to destroy old structures, because there's a big new beginning coming in here. There has been change, right? Or you could be the change, because this is you. The Tower is showing up in the position of your initiative. So it could be you coming in, destroying old, structures. Perhaps this is you causing some sort of upheaval or some sort of ending to a situation. And it may be scary. Yeah. It could even be that there are certain things that may feel like they're out of your control, but they're actually leading you towards this beautiful new path, this beautiful new beginning. So let's clarify some of the messages. Spirit, what's this 10 of Swords showing up as the Wicked Witch of the East, the house dropping on her. What is this being illuminated? So what's being illuminated, before we clarify, is, Dorothy doesn't realize that she's dropped a house, or the house is dropped on the witch, until she steps out and everybody's pointing and she sees the legs hanging out. So there's something that you don't realize may have already come to an end. But we have the Queen of Wands showing up here, which is fire. You are fire. And I feel like what's coming to an end here is your insecurity. There's been something around not feeling secure enough to move forward towards maybe leadership or creative endeavors. This can be how you feel about yourself, okay? Because the Queen of Wands, when she shows up, when she shows up in her strength, she's ready to slay any dragon, because that dragon is her ally, not her enemy. And I feel like you yourself have slayed a lot of dragons in your time. You really have, Leo. And you have the confidence here to do this because you've done it before, is what I'm getting. You've done it before and you'll do it again. And each and every time you take something with you, and you have justice here. I feel like there's good karma. Okay, there's good karma coming around here. What goes around comes around with the justice. And we also have the Ace of Swords. So there could be, a brand new illumination or some sort of truth coming out around Libran season, which is the end of September. So September 22nd, 23rd-ish, we move into Libran season. This may have to do with legal documentation. This could be a divorce. This could be, the end of some sort of struggle with the justice system, or an act of unfairness in some way, shape, or form. This is retribution, and it's taking accountability, or someone taking accountability for, some sort of imbalance. And this is also the divorce card. But again, I feel like a judgment has been made here, and some sort of truth is going to lead to a new beginning. And I feel really good about this, as in, not really good. It's not like this 10 of Swords is awesome energy, but I feel like there's a sigh of relief, for everyone, just like the Munchkins. It's a big celebration, right? Munchkin land is celebrating. But I feel like there's still going to be some, hurdles along the way, but I feel like the worst is over. The worst of it is over here. And there's a brand new beginning that's based on truth and loyalty and trust and being able to move forward. And this is the card of clarity. Yeah, you're going to have clarity. This is illuminated, and this is, I feel, done. So Libran season is a big energy of illumination and justice. So let's take a look at the path forward here for you, Leo, the Two of Wands. What can you do to trust your inner compass and step outside that comfort zone? Because you've asked the universe, you've been praying. This is the card of progress and moving out of that singled energy of the Ace and moving on to the Two. So that you are stepping into a new chapter, a new journey. And look at this, Four of Wands. This is massive celebration. For some of you, this is a new home. It could be taking a situation to the next level, maybe even a move. This could be travel, marriage, foundation, stability, and support. It's also the card of 1111. So wishes. There's some sort of wish that this new path is going to bring about for you. And you're going to celebrate because you're moving from the Two of Wands to the Four of Wands. It almost feels like the three piece of it has already been initiated. And the three is about, harmony, union, advancement, creativity. You may get to that three quicker than you think and really end up at that four, but you have to take that choice or take that step. So I love the Four of Wands showing up. Let's look at the Tower, because this is your initiative. This is about you. Again, destroying old structures. It's a major awakening. It is about not resisting the path here. So let's look at the Tower, please. Ace of Wands. Beautiful. And if you look at this, Ace of Wands here, you actually see that through the fire, and we see a lot of fire energy, Queen of Wands, Four of Wands, Two of Wands. You are a fire sign, Leo. you see that it almost looks like there's a little bit of a tornado coming out of the fire. So it feels like you're lighting something up with this tower. Towers don't have to be bad, right? They initiate big changes. And even though tornadoes, they're not fun to go through, there can be a rebuilding, there can be a restructuring. It can bring communities together. It can bring about, endings that, yes, do lead to new beginnings. But I feel like this Ace of Wands is something very, very powerful. It is a gift. It is potential. It is inspiration and creativity all combined, right? This is you stepping into that creative potential and regaining a sense of motivation that maybe you lost in the past. This is purpose. This is conception. So yeah, something here about changes being initiated and you being that change. Oh, I love that. Let's look at the strength in your values. Tell me about the strength, please. 9 of Swords. It's been hard. It's been difficult. Nightmarish even at times, anxiety, restlessness, sleepless nights, tossing and turning. The 9 of Wands is the card of obsession, maybe obsessive thoughts, worries, fears. This can be the monkey mind, always going to the worst case scenario, right? If I don't take, if I continue to be at that crossroads, get to that crossroads, and I continue to take the right, at least I know what to expect. And you keep doing it over and over. That's where the tower comes in saying, well, wait a second. You're expecting worst case scenario if you move in a new direction. Maybe you're meant to go straight on the path at the fork in the road. Maybe you're meant to take a left. But you know one thing, you're not going to go back where you came from, and you know where you're going if you take a right. So this is saying, put an end to it. This is the darkest before the dawn, and I feel like the new day has risen. That's why you have so many aces here in your reading, because it's like the worst is behind you. You see the little cardinal here rising up with the morning sun, and I feel like the stress and anxiety is put behind you here with that 10 of Swords showing up, and it's like you've overcome something that's been very difficult. Some of you, this could have been a near-death experience. It could have been a major health crisis. It could be depression. I mean, this is the monkey mind after all, and that monkey mind can wreak havoc. It can wreak havoc, and I feel like you've overcome it with the strength. So, I mean, literally, they say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and I mean, you are stronger because something almost broke you. Almost. But it didn't. It didn't, and it won't. And I'm listening to the audiobook, Everything is Figure-outable. And I feel like this situation is figure-outable, as in, if you can't figure it out, or if it's out of your control. I mean, those are the things we can't quite figure out. Death and, natural disasters, things like that are out of our control. We're not going to figure that out. But mostly everything else that's within your life, you can. You can figure it out. And I feel like you've overcome this here, Leo, and you're stronger because of it. Let's look at the 2 of Swords as the challenging energy here. And remember, the 2 of Swords is trusting your instincts, not getting paralyzed by indecision, or not ignoring this choice, because we don't want to ignore it, because that's when the tower shows up. But I feel like you're creating that tower before the tower shows up in itself, and that's why we have the ending. And try not to catastrophize, Leo, because that's no good. We get stuck in that catastrophizing, and whew, it's big. So we have the 4 of Pentacles. Some of you, this may have to do with money. It may have to do with your stability, but you're letting go of superficiality, right? You're letting go of, maybe, I don't want to say materialism, but it's like that stuff's not important to you. What's important is maybe your family, your support, your values, your integrity. And I'm not saying that, you're going to lose all your possessions. That's not at all, or your money. But I feel like you're looking at things from a different perspective than before. With the 4 of Pentacles showing up here in reverse, this is about taking a look at that mindset again of catastrophizing things and saying, wait a second, I am abundant. I have everything I need right here and the things that matter most, right? When you come out of a tornado, you may have lost everything, right? It may have destroyed every earthly possession. We're talking about an actual tornado here. But if you rise up from that rubble and you have yourself and you have your family, that is the biggest thing, right? And I feel like the rest of it can be, bought, or you can earn it back into your life in some way. But there's something here about the value of, who you are that is really important here, and your integrity, and letting go of things that, maybe you've been very stuck on, okay? And maybe even a poverty mindset, or a poverty conscious mindset, or a scarcity mindset that there's not enough, there's not enough, lack of. And I feel like that's what you're releasing and moving towards a new direction. So it could be even some of these fears around not having enough. And that's why you are destroying the old structure of the why. Maybe you grew up and your parents fought a lot about money. Perhaps in your relationship, there was a lot of financial struggle, or, you had a falling out with a family member, or in a relationship with your coworkers or your boss. There's something here about, what we hang on to and what we let go of. And someone may have withheld affection, or it's like they withheld something to gain, but I feel like it was a lose-lose for everyone. So your outcome being the Hierophant, which is incredible, is you committing to this strength that you've learned, and to not go back to that Nine of Swords, because you know that never-ending monkey mind can really wreak havoc and bring you to a point of rock bottom at times. So what do we have with the Hierophant? We have you coming out of Hanged Man. You've gone through a spiritual awakening. That's what the Hanged Man truly represents. This is about you finding new ways and new solutions to do life. This is big. I mean, Hanged Man with the Hierophant, you're unsticking yourself in some way, shape, or form, because you felt very stuck for quite some time. You felt like there was no way out. You felt restricted. You felt, trapped, handicapped in some way, shape, or form. Like, I can't get out of this. And you may have even been stuck in that victim mentality. Woe is me. Because we all, at some point in our lives, feel like we're the victim, but we don't have to continue being that victim. We say, whoa, wait a minute. No, I'm not a victim here. I have the key. I hold the key. And you can see that he actually has the key in his hand. His eyes are closed. So he may not even realize that it's within his grasp. And it's not tangible. It's something that it's illuminated as the white glowing key. So I feel like there's a part of your spiritual self that is waking up to this. That's what a spiritual awakening is, right? That says, I'm going to commit to the path that's in my highest good, right? And I feel like you're turning that key, and there's a new direction here coming in. I'm going to get one more for that Hanged Man, please. One more for the Hanged Man for Leo. And we have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is a second chance for more kindness and compassion and love. This can be soulmate energy. It could be a childhood dream. It could be reconnecting to the past in some way, shape, or form, or forgiving of the past. But the Six of Cups is the card about, affection. And, you see that he is giving her a beautiful flowered planter, and she's appreciating it here. And so there's a sense of appreciation of your past, or how far you have come. Now, Six of Cups sometimes can be the card of, a past person coming back into your life. I don't see that here with the Ten of Swords. What's done is done. But I feel like you've learned from the past, and you also are healing some childhood structures or some past structures that have caused you to fight or flight, or caused you in some way, shape, or form to detach or to commit to things that were unhealthy, or to stay stuck in situations that have passed their expiration date. Yeah, you're renewing, and this Hierophant is showing up saying you found your true self, your true inner calling, or your purpose in some way, shape, or form. So Leo, this is a very intense reading, very intense, but beautiful. Final messages from your spiritual team. You have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, and a divine plan. So it almost looks here, I mean, tell me it doesn't. I'm going to hold these two up together. It almost looks like good old Glinda surpassing the land, doesn't it? It's like this grandmother, some of you, your grandma is watching over you, your grandmother energy. It could even be someone that's like a mother figure to you. This could be connecting to this healing energy of the star. So this is coming in, and Spirit wants you to know that there is a divine plan, and there's new foundations being laid here, and you are the light. Remember what I said about conception? It says seeding the light. The Ace of Wands is the card of conception, a brand new beginning here for you, and you're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Keep facing your true north. You're doing it. You're getting through it. Here, you're coming out on the other side. Endings bringing in new beginnings here. And this is powerful. You are powerful, Leo. Never forget that. That is what I have for you, beautiful souls. If you like the reading, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Thank you so much for being here today. Lots of love.